Hey, thanks for joining us. I'm Jason with Pastor Dave, and I've got questions and he's got answers. Hey, Dave, the weather's kind of changing on us. It's down in the 20s and 30s, and we're getting toward the end of November. No Shave November's coming to an end, and all of our ideas are kind of turning toward the holiday season, and specifically Christmas. And I guess my question is, where should we as believers be in our celebration of Christmas? What's the Bible say about what we should or shouldn't do concerning the Christmas season?
And the Bible doesn't say anything about the celebration of Christmas. You never see the apostles sitting around a Christmas tree singing Christmas carols, or you never see it taught in Gospels from the Lord, or expounded on in the epistles by the disciples. So really it's one of those gray areas. It's gray in the sense of it's not addressed specifically in the scriptures, but there is a lot of history behind the Christmas season that gives people a little suspicion on whether they should be a part of it or celebrate it. And it, coming from the various things of the Babylonian culture and all, and I understand, and I've heard and even had done some studies on it, but Christmas is much like to me personally, it's what Paul says to each man, if he regards the day as unto the Lord, or if he regards every day as Paul says he did. It's between him and the Lord. It's in gray areas. Why are you celebrating Christmas is really a question you got to ask yourself. And if it's about the Lord, and though it may not be his birthday, and I understand all that discussion there, it's really about our hearts and why I do what I do. And the Lord really, if a man considers it sin, it'll become sin unto him. And the sin of conscience will be just as detrimental to your spiritual walk as a blatant sin. And so I encourage people, if it troubles you, we'll try not to bring you into that and make you feel guilty for not partaking, and let them have that freedom. And I think there are certain regards with the freedom that's been given to us as Christians is to regard one another. And if it bothers people, such as like a Christmas tree, well, I don't think the church should put one up just because it does trouble some people. But in my home, why do we in my family partake in part of it? And we have probably out of the whole year, it's probably one of the greatest memories we have throughout the years is just celebrating Christmas together, especially Thanksgiving and then on into Christmas. It's just a family time. And we have traditions behind it. We do certain things that would be pretty typical to Christmas, as you'd see from the world and what they would celebrate, as far as the trees and stuff like that. But what we do is it's really geared around the family, and it's a focus on the Lord. And it really is something that we do as unto the Lord. And I'm sure that you have traditions in your family too. You would cherish in Christmas, and so it really comes down to your heart and where you are and why you do what you do. I encourage people, I encourage really, and it's probably something that I be disagreed with, but I encourage people to develop traditions in their family and have that as something the children will grow up with and be around. And so we have a tradition of making puzzles at Christmas, and with certain foods are always a part of the menu, and it's always a big part of the candy. And of course, I never balk at any food item, but it's just that idea of Christmas to me, it's all family, and we just enjoy the Lord together.
And for my family, it was always about my little girls waking up on Christmas morning, and the first thing that we would do before anything was open up a small children's book telling the Christmas story of Christ.
That's wonderful.
And the aroma of cinnamon rolls coming from the kitchen while my wife baked, and I read the story to my daughters, and those things you can't replace those. Those are priceless memories that my daughters will have for all of their lives. And I agree, it's easy to get very twisted in the chaos of what society makes Christmas. But if we can take a step back, it's a really awesome time of year.
And it can be. If a family would just, the focus is on the Lord, and just let the Lord help you with your traditions you'll develop, and you'll remember them the rest of your life.
Yep. So from the advice from Dave to us is simply find out where you stand with Christ, and be right with Him, and make it a special time between you and Him, and your family and Him, and you and your family. What an incredible time of year that we have. What a gift it is that we've been given to be sensitive to the season. So our encouragement to you is simply find God in the season and spend some quality time with Him, and you'll get a real understanding of what the Christmas season truly is. Hey, thanks for joining us. Feel free to comment, and have a blessed Christmas season.